Okay, first please introduce yourself for us.
Okay, my name is Beam Patrasai Kipiananugun.
Yes, and please pick the one question for us.
Okay.
Are you ready for it? The first question is, did you graduate yet? And which faculty and where?
Okay, so I graduated from Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi, in Texas, United States of America.
Okay.
Faculty, I studied violin performance.
How often and for how long do you practice?
Um, I usually practice when I was studying the violin. I used to practice maybe 6 to 8 hours, but as I get older,
Okay.
I practice less because, of course, I have to do other things, like I have to teach, I have to play with other people, so I practice less. These days, I don't get a lot of practice time. Maybe 1 or 2 hours, not every day, every few days. Yeah.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Okay. For the next question. What advice you give to the beginner who are nervous?
Who are nervous?
Yes.
Well, I would say that besides practice, also practice performing. So you have to, maybe you bring your friends to sit in during your practice time, so you get used to, again, being watched. Then maybe find a place, maybe a small place, a coffee shop or wherever, or even in your home, in your own home. Bring friends, bring families, and just play for them. Then the first time, of course, you get nervous, but if you do it several times, you get less nervous. Eventually, maybe not at all.
Okay, I will try. Do you get nervous before a performance or a competition?
Yes, I do get very nervous, especially when I have to play alone.
Mm-hmm.
If I play as part of a group,
Mm-hmm.
then I don't really get nervous. Like, for example, in symphony orchestras or for recording, I don't really get nervous because there's no one watching me.
Ah, I get it.
But when I play alone, I do get very nervous. Sometimes I even feel like I get a fever.
Oh.
Like I feel very hot. Like I can't breathe.
Every time you play alone?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but after a while, I kind of get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
If, for example, if I have maybe I have 2 solo recitals, like within a month apart, then maybe the second time I don't get nervous. But the first one, yes.
Okay. I think it's very basic for playing alone.
Yes, yes.
Are there any particular musicians that you would want to work with?
There are too many.
Right.
But
Give me the famous.
yes. One of my favorite violinists is Itzhak Perlman. Have you heard of him?
No.
He's actually Jewish, but he lives in America.
Right.
He lives in New York, I think. He's like 80 years old now, but he's so good.
Right.
I like his sound so much.
If you are not a musician with career that you interested?
Before I applied for the music program, I actually thought about being a biologist.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. It's very different.
So you're interested in yeah? In biology?
Yes. Especially environmental science.
How do you handle mistakes during a performance?
This is very challenging to do because when you are a music student, you are trained to not make a single mistake. But when you get nervous, of course, you make a lot of mistakes. It's impossible sometimes, especially with hard, difficult music. It's almost impossible to not make a mistake. But you have to prepare yourself that I mean, when you're practicing alone, just pretend that someone is watching you, like in performance. So that way you kind of get used to being watched during the concert, and once you get used to that feeling, you are more comfortable, and it's easier to deal with mistakes, and you just have to pretend that you didn't do anything wrong, like nothing happened.
Okay, so you have to do it like there's nothing happened in the performance, right?
Yes. Although sometimes it's hard to keep going because if you are playing alone, no problem. You can stop anywhere, you start anywhere. But if you are playing with someone else, then there might be a problem. You have to let the other people know where you are going to start or where you're gonna continue. Sometimes you have to stop if it's a very difficult spot. Like impossible to just keep going. Sometimes you have to start over a little bit. You have to make sure that other people know what you're doing. Sometimes you have to, I don't know, give them cues. Like, okay, just move your mouth, Okay, just measure 148 or something.
Just pretend it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which instrument do you play? When and do you start playing?
I started on recorder, and when I was in 3rd grade, then I started violin when I was 5th grade.
This question is there anyone in your family interested in music and which instrument they play?
Well, actually, almost all of the members of my family play instruments. I have one brother and 2 more sisters. My brother plays viola, which is a bigger size violin. Yes, you know it. Very good.
I play violin before.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Very nice.
But I already forget it.
Good. I'm kidding.
How about your sister?
My older sister plays violin. Also, the youngest one, she plays cello. Yes. My dad plays keyboard.
Keyboard.
Yes. So my mom sings a little bit, but not really.
I think like your brother and sister all play string instrument.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Well, I think our audience would be interested to know a bit about the music community in Thailand.
In Thailand?
Yeah.
You mean classical music, right?
Classical.
Because
the
that's my
classical
field.
community. Yeah.
It's
What is it like?
It's quite.
Is it like posh and people wearing suits and going to fancy restaurants?
No, not really. People are very, very relaxed, laid back.
Okay.
Not a lot of people go to classical concerts. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not the traditional thing to do here in Thailand.
Right.
It's not like Japan.
It's not Thai music.
True. Not even Thai music. Thai music, it's not even that popular. I mean,
okay.
traditional Thai music is not that popular.
Well, I feel like maybe because it could be too expensive for people to.
True.
Go.
Even though there are a lot of free concerts, a lot of cheap tickets, but people don't go because it's if you don't study any instrument, it's hard for you to understand, right? Because
Yeah.
most people go to pop concerts because they can hear the words.
Right.
They know what it means, the songs.
Yeah. I get that.
But with instrumental music, it's harder because I mean, if you don't play, you don't know what you are expecting.
Yeah. The thing is, like before, I heard that the people who went to concert, like they, were really educated about the music that they were listening to,
Yes.
compared to nowadays audience.
Yes. But some people though, even if they don't have any education ground in music, they still go to, I don't know, to meet people.
Oh,
I guess.
okay. Yeah. Well, talking about meeting people, what do you do? You know, when you have free time, aside
When I
from playing
have
music.
free time. Well, I like to read books. I like to watch movies.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like to.
What kind of books?
I read anything.
Okay.
I read anything.
Science
fiction.
Any favorite genre?
Science fiction. Yes.
Right. Have you read what's that? Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy.
No, not that one. Not yet.
Yeah, that one is pretty good. You should.
I'll check it out.
Definitely check it out.